plaintiff, Alex Garza, dated the defendant for 4 years, and she cheated constantly throughout their relationship. Alex claims the final straw was when he caught the defendant cheating on him with her married witness, and he's suing her today for alone, harassment, and defamation. Defendant Lisa Escobido says she broke up with Alex after he met up with his ex-wife, and since then, he's been harassing her. Lisa claims she filed a restraining order against Alex after he showed up at her job and assaulted her. So she's countersuing for the harassment and defamation.
Start with you, sir.
Lisa and I had an ongoing relationship for about 4 years. Throughout the relationship, she cheated multiple times. The relationship ended in January of 2016, where...
She said you're lying, but that's the definition of cheating, so go ahead.
Correct. The relationship ended in January of 2016, where I found her with a new man who was actually married with 5 children.
Tell me how that happened. Describe it, because she keeps butting in, trying to stop you from telling the story, obviously. When people interrupt while you're trying to tell a story, no, did I lie? They don't want you to tell that story.
Understood.
Go ahead.
I went to pick her up for lunch, a surprise visit. Hey, let's discuss our relationship, if we're going to continue on or not. Went to pick her up. The gentleman that is with her today happened to be there as well. I did confront both of them, saying, hey, you're a married man, why are you picking up Lisa at that time? So I left it alone, went back to work.
What did he say?
He just didn't acknowledge anything. And then she got in his vehicle and left.
You left?
Yes. I got a restraining order from her. Apparently.
Oh, she served you with one?
Yes.
All right, let me get some background from you.
Okay, first of all, this guy is obviously crazy and obsessed with me. We broke up in November, not January, like he's saying when he popped up at my lunch.
See that? You don't want to tell a story.
I waited.
Go
I
ahead.
listened to the judge. So.
Broke up in November, you say. Mm-hmm.
Yes. It was always off and on because of his constant conversations with other females, ex-girlfriends, whatever, social media, because he's the social media king over there. We had broke up because I found a whole conversation, found out he met up with his ex-wife. I was done with it, and this had been going on, so I was done in November. So when after that, he kept calling me, text messaging me, showing up at my house. He had to go through my gate to knock on my window at 1:30 in the morning, waking up myself and my children to talk. I was done. I told him, no, you made your choice. You did what you did. He popped up at my work, obviously, and my friend from '96 who wanted to take me to lunch because I was conversating with him on social media, which he knew because he hacks into my stuff and he looks through everything all the time, shows up, grabs me by my arm and pulls my hair right by his truck, and so I couldn't get in. So he obviously left. I was forced to file a restraining order the next day. Filed the restraining order, went to court. The judge verbally told him, you get it now. She wants nothing to do with you. He agreed. I have the court transcripts right here saying that he agreed.
Now let me allow him to finish telling his story. Your version is what? She served and you all did go to court for the hearing?
Yes, and it was dismissed.
It was dismissed?
Yes, sir.
She says that the judge warned you, though.
Correct. And
all right, because that is the essence of a restraining order, whether he issued it or not. He's warning you, don't you do it again. So let me look. I suggest that you do not have any further contact. If you do, the court will reconsider the issue of the restraining order.
Since then, there hasn't been any contact with her whatsoever.
Okay.
I no longer live in the city where we're from. I live down in Los Angeles now, so there hasn't been any contact whatsoever from the dismissal up until about 3 weeks ago when I came home to visit some friends and family.
Not true.
What happened then?
I'm standing in line ordering food, and her new boyfriend comes up and starts an altercation with me, starts being obscene with me and pushing me around. And I'm like, look, I don't have any problems with you. Just leave me alone, trying to enjoy some food, and I'm gone.
What did he say when he first started the altercation? Because he has the woman, so what did he say to you?
He basically just started calling me every name in the book and asked me if I wanted to go outside and fight with him.
I know, but what he just out of the blue, you son of a let's go fight. That's the essence of what he did?
Not to the T, but pretty much that, you know,
Got it.
and it got to the point where I was uncomfortable. Management had asked them to leave the facility.
Not true.
And so I ordered my food, and then the friends and family showed up. And even some friends that were sitting next to me were like, what's going on?
That was the end of it?
Almost, until he came back, and they, after they had left, they went outside. About 15 minutes later, they came in, and the new boyfriend came and started just running obscenities again, and I'm embarrassed. And it got to the point where an altercation did start. So
Tell me how that started. What occurred?
he just came in and started obscenities and pushing me around, and I was just like, you know what, this is ridiculous.
He's pushing you around.
Yes.
Oh.
And your
Poor
friends
thing.
and family are there.
Yes.
And they just saying,
No, they tried to. They told me just leave it alone, and so I did until he
Wow.
started pushing me again.
and then what?
We went outside.
And fought.
I wouldn't really say it was
Okay.
a fight.
Did your friends and family follow you outside?
More
They,
like you got
they
beat
went
up.
to break it up.
So they did go outside.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Good enough. And how did it end?
Just walked away, and I went inside to go eat my pizza.
Y'all just.
Wow.
Okay.
Pretty much.
No.
Altercation did start. So
Tell me how that started. What occurred?
he just came in and started obscenities and pushing me around, and I was just like, you know what, this is
He's
ridiculous.
pushing you around.
Yes.
Oh.
And your
Poor
friends
thing.
and family are there.
Yes.
And they just saying,
No, they tried to.
and how did it end?
Just walked away, and I went inside to go eat my pizza.
Y'all just.
Wow.
Okay.
Defendant Lisa Escobido dated the plaintiff, and she claims she was forced to file a restraining order against him after he showed up at her job and assaulted her.
Go ahead.
Okay,
you
can we
tell
back
me
up to the restraining order? The judge gave him a verbal warning.
Got
He
all
took-
that.
He
Let's
took
get
his
to the
word for it.
pizza.
Okay, that day he didn't stop. He emails me about this money, which came out of nowhere because I did not owe him anything. The pizza place event, I was there after the judge had told him not to
Did you ever
contact
respond
me.
to his request for these loans he's suing you for?
No, I did not because they were not loans.
All right, so you never responded.
Right.
At all.
No, because the judge had told him to leave me alone.
Okay, so you just-
if the
no
restraining order
response.
was in place, that would have been a violation.
Good enough.
I was there at the pizza place. We were already eating. I saw him walk in. I told him, get a box and let's go. I don't want any problems.
Who was
stood-
with him?
Him
His
and one
friends and
friend,
family?
one crazy friend who had a knife
How do you know that?
because he pulled it out on him
When?
in front of the pizza.
What
building.
point?
After he went to get a box, he's walking back because he was in line, so he walks past him. They had words. I didn't know what was
Okay,
said.
after words have been exchanged.
Right. He still grabbed the box, continued to walk to come get the pizza. His friend, I'll handle this, Alex, don't worry about it. Walks outside with him. I start getting my things. I'm frantic. So I go outside and he pulls out a knife on him.
Okay.
So then he goes, I start yelling at him, like it's none of your business. I don't even know why you're even having a problem
Any
with
other
this guy.
friends and family come?
No.
No other friends and family came?
No.
All right, how did it end?
He got beat up.
All right, he got beat up and left.
Yes.
What was his friend doing when he was getting beat
Telling
up?
him to beat him up. He was instigating and
His friend
because
didn't
his-
grab your boyfriend?
No, he came at
He
him.
just watched and let him beat him up and said, get him, get him,
Yeah, he was.
get him.
He was.
And he was just being beat down.
Yep.
And his friend just kept saying, get him, man, get him.
I'm
And he
sure
just
he
kept
felt bad
getting
for him.
beat down. And then his friend, man, come on, man, you can't fight. Let's go. Anybody have a police report? Were the police called?
Yes.
Yes.
All right,
I
let's
have
see
a
your-
police report
Let's
right
see
here.
your police reports. And did you tell the police about your family or friends, or did one of them
Yes.
speak with the police?
Oh,
One of them spoke with the police?
To my knowledge, the police never showed up. And I made a
okay.
police report online.
All right, what is that?
This is the police report. I'm sorry.
Okay, so what is this?
That's a restraining order after
Okay,
that.
take
incident.
that back for the moment. And this is the police report, and it's your version, right?
Yes.
All right. And so the police came. Anyone charged?
No.
Okay. So let's get to the harassment and defamation and the loan. Tell me.
The loan was from a prior legal action that she had, and she
How much
needed
did you loan her?
$1,000.
And when was that?
The check was written out March 13th, 2015.
All right. And when did she agree to pay?
When she received her tax return this year.
When she received it. All right. And she never paid?
No, sir.
All right. What do you say about the loan?
It was never a loan.
You have any evidence it was a loan?
Yes, the return check that is submitted, I have it right here.
Did it say loan in the memo section?
Just a check.
He's stating that there was a verbal agreement that was never a verbal agreement. He never.
Did you accept $1,000 from him?
Yes, I did, because I owed my dad. It wasn't a legal matter.
And you didn't intend to pay him?
Did I? No, because he never asked me to pay him.
Okay, it was a gift.
He didn't ask me until after
It
the
was a
restraining
gift?
order. After.
It was a gift?
Yes, it was. In
All
4-year
right.
relationship, I'm assuming.
Good
that-
enough. Now tell me about the harassment and defamation you're suing her
The
for.
the harassment comes from her boyfriend taking pictures of my home while I was away in Los Angeles.
All right, well, you got to sue him. What did she do related to that?
Nothing.
Just slandering my name online.
No.
Okay.
And
And how did she do that?
Just basically posting up memes and stuff like that on Instagram and social media, whether they were directed to me or not.
You have evidence?
No, I don't.
Okay.
All right, let's get to
I've been blocked and
Can I
Got it.
respond?
Let's get to your defamation and harassment.
Okay, the day that he showed up at my work unannounced, jeopardizing my job with coworkers, seeing his erratic behavior.
Got that. And your
That-
defamation.
That day, he starts texting, or I'm sorry, posting on social media my name, his name,
Saying
that
what?
I'm a cheater, a homewrecker, all this stuff that was not true.
Okay.
Because first of all, I didn't cheat if we were broken up. Second of all, I'm not a homewrecker if somebody's already divorced. He never asked me during the duration of our relationship to pay this money
Sir,
back.
these things you said are defaming unless you can prove they're true. You two worthless cheater can have each other. She has always cried and came back to me. As for you, Reuben, your marriage is through, and her return to me will never be. Married men sleeping with other women while still married, and the woman knowing he is married is the nastiest, dirtiest, lowest any person can go.
I agree.
Someone caught cheating with a
didn't
married man today, and it wasn't me. Someone is a homewrecker,
hope not.
but accused me of being dirty. Your friend Lisa was cheating on me with a cat named Reuben for quite some time. Have any evidence of that, sir? How can you prove that is true?
I have a voicemail,
None.
a recorded voicemail.
Let's hear it.
I saw him walk in. I told him, get a box and let's go. I don't want any problems.
Who was with him?
Him and
Friends
one
and
friend,
family?
one crazy friend who had a knife
How do you know that?
because he pulled it out on him.
When?
Defendant Lisa Escobido dated the plaintiff, and she claims she was forced to file a restraining order against him after he showed up at her job and assaulted her.
Let's hear it.
Shall I play it from here or bring it to your desk?
You can bring it to me.
Okay.
So I can
Just hit
hear it better since it hasn't been, we don't have a speaker for it.
Just hit play.
And this was when?
the day the incident occurred at her work. I believe it was January 5th, 2016.
All right.
Alex, this is Ruben. I'm not upset. I'm not mad. What you did. But if you could call me back, I'd appreciate that. That way I could at least explain some things to you. I'm fine with you calling my wife or letting my wife know, but she needs to know the truth. She's under the assumption that I've been cheating around. My wife and I were getting divorced anyway, bro. You know, so that I'm not worried about whatever you told her, but now it's affecting my kids. And my kids are turning on me, so if you can call me back, maybe we can at least get the story out so that you can relay the correct information.
All right. A reasonable person, after hearing that, would conclude, in my opinion, a reasonable person would conclude that you were dating at that time. And as a result, the things he put on the internet were true, that you were cheating. So I'm going to conclude that it is not defamation. So your claim is dismissed, and yours for the loans is granted. Have a good day.
Nothing.
Just I wish her children the best and her happy life.
We were no longer in a relationship.
Evidence is your worst enemy. Thank you.
What evidence? Fake evidence.
Plaintiff Beverly Brown says she started going to the defendant's hair salon last year and was happy with his services at first. Beverly claims after the defendant colored her hair started falling out, so she's suing for the cost of 2 wigs and emotional distress. Defendant Michael Skinner says he's been doing hair for 36 years and has a lot of celebrity clients, but he insists he has never damaged anyone's hair. Michael claims Beverly's hair fell out as a result of her medication, not because of his negligence, and therefore he denies owing. He's countersuing for defamation.
Start with you.
Okay, Your Honor, about April of 2015, I started going to Mr. Skinner to condition and treat my hair. Then about November, I told him that I wanted to color my hair. And there was a specific color that I wanted for my hair. So I sent him pictures and texts of the colors of my hair and the product. The product could only be bought by a licensed salon, so...
And this the color you have?
Yes, it's pretty much about that color. Yes, sir.
All right.
This is a picture of what I looked like when I walked in the shop. Your Honor, this is a picture of what my hair looked like when I walked out of the shop.
Sir, let me hear from you, and then we'll get back to what happened after that.
She came in for a hair color. She wanted this specific color. I said, well, are you on high blood pressure and anything like that? She said, yes. I said, well, your hair could fall out because of the fact I have to do a patch strand test. I did the patch strand test. The elasticity of her hair was still strong. When I applied the mix that she wanted, her hair snapped.
No, sir.
And
let him finish.
That's not...
What do you mean by snap?
Other words, the elasticity weakened in her hair, and it fell out. I've been doing hair for 36 years. I styled for Sherry Shepherd, Frida Payne, a lot of celebrities, and I have never damaged anyone's hair. She took all the credit. She said, no, but I won. I said,
let's back up.
I said, but your hair could be damaged.
All right.
And she took the credit. She said, well, Michael, if you hadn't done it, I would not... if you hadn't done it, I would have been upset if you didn't do it, but I did it. She took all the credit. She even said in front of my client that they were a witness to the fact that she took the credit for it.
Now let me ask you, because there's something I'm missing something. When you took the patch test,
right,
it worked.
Yes, sir.
Did you do anything different when you made the application?
No, but when I put the mix on it, it snapped.
So you did do something different?
No, I had to do something different to get the color.
Well, then say yes.
Yes, I'm sorry,
okay,
sir. To get the color.
Why would you do a patch test when that is not ultimately going to be what determines whether it damages the hair or not? What determines it is the coloring.
No, the coloring, okay, it's a difference. Hair color is with 20 barium peroxide, okay? That's hair color, that's depositing color. Now, a mix is no peroxide. It's just a color, it's no peroxide.
Now, what is a test?
A patch test is with the peroxide, which brings the hair, the level of the hair up to blonde, okay? So it could deposit the mix. I didn't know that the mix would do that to her hair because in order, wait, hold on. In order to get that color, in order to get that hair color, sir, Your Honor, in order to get the hair color that she wanted, you had to use the bleach to highlight the hair to deposit the mix, or else it would have not taken.
And you should have done all of that as part of the patch test.
Sir, I didn't have to because the peroxide,
yeah, you
there's
had
no
to.
peroxide.
It sounds like you had to me.
I didn't know she would have a chemical reaction to that color.
You would have known had you used all of the mix as a patch test.
This is a picture of what I looked like when I walked in the shop. Your Honor, this is a picture of what my hair looked like when I walked out of the shop.
Plaintiff Beverly Brown is suing her former hairstylist because she claims after he colored her hair, it started falling out.
What are you saying, ma'am?
At one point, Michael asked me for the money, that he needed the money. So I gave him the $60 that we had.
I need some clarity on the patch
she
test.
didn't give me
Go
no
and
money.
get
You
Debbie,
gave me
please,
$20
our
for the hair
director
color.
of hair and makeup. Maybe, hold on, ma'am. You're talking about the money. I'm still trying to talk about the test. Now, Debbie is our director of hair and makeup here. she's been sued plenty of times, so that's why I wanted her. No, she's never been sued. She's a very accomplished young lady, does the makeup for presidential candidates, does the makeup for first ladies for many years, so, and for the judge. So she knows what she's doing. Now, she's alleging her hair fell out after he applied the color chemicals.
Okay.
They took a patch test. It was fine. He then added another chemical. So then it came out. Would you add the color before the test or not?
You would test both. You would test back here to go with the active ingredients, and then sometime you would test here to see if she would have an allergic reaction to the color. You must test both.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Debbie.
And she's an expert witness, sir. You didn't test it
No,
twice.
I didn't.
All right, so you used one product that you did not test.
Right.
All right. And ma'am, what do you say occurred?
Your Honor, what happened was my hair was coming out in the shop, and he said I was just shedding. I said, I know the difference between shedding and this is not shedding. And he said, oh no, he assured me it was just shedding. And I mean,
Okay, so what did you do, ma'am?
okay, so he cuts and then he combs it and he puts it all back. So when I look in the mirror, I'm fine. But he puts this ugly purple mess in the front of my hair, which was supposed to be lavender.
And that's what I'm looking at
That
here.
purple mess,
That's
yes.
what I'm looking at in the
That
front.
purple mess in the front of my hair.
So when you saw this, what did you do?
I
when
went
you saw purple,
Okay,
when
I
it was
went
supposed
home.
to be light.
Okay,
Go
I
ahead.
went home. I kind of was,
Why did you leave that shop?
what was I also not gonna do?
Jump on him? Go ahead.
Sir, I'm not going
just
to, I'm
playing.
not
I
going
know.
to jail
I
for
wouldn't
no
advise
hair.
that.
I'm not
just
going
kidding.
to jail for no hair,
I'm just
okay?
kidding. I'm just
And
kidding.
he even said to me that night after I was leaving, he said, "You're not gonna jump on me, are you?"
Because that's
I
the
didn't
normal
say
person.
that.
That's what
See,
the
that's
normal
not
person
true.
would
But
do.
I didn't know what my head looked like because of the way he had combed it and everything else.
So you recognized when you got home that same day or night?
Yes, that same night.
And then did you call him then?
No, I called him the next morning because it was like 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock. So when I went in his shop the next day, early that morning, he said, I'll do your hair before, I got a couple of customers coming in. He put a henna on my hair and cut my hair off.
What's a henna?
A henna is a vegetable compound that,
So you let him put some more stuff in your hair.
what was I going to do with that?
Go to another expert.
It was Sunday. It was Sunday. I couldn't go to work like that on
so
Monday.
instead you just go back to the same person who savaged your hair. Got it. And what happened then?
Okay,
did
so-
he savage it more?
Yes, he did.
No stuff.
So I wind up with all the texture of my hair. My hair is bone straight and it's like straw, and he's colored my scalp. I've got
Did you
burnt.
say something to him that day?
I told him, I said, yes. I said, Michael, at first he said, I didn't know it was going to turn brown. It was supposed to be brown. It
What-
turned red. So I said, Michael, I said, what are we going to do here? He said, I'm so embarrassed. I'm sorry. He said, I'll do your hair. He said, I'll process and treat your scalp until your hair grows back in.
Plaintiff Beverly Brown is suing her former hairstylist because she claims after he colored her hair, it started falling out.
All right, sir, let me hear from you.
But she called me back and then asked for a refund. I said, I don't mind giving you a refund, so I wrote release liability refund. And I
What
thought
do you
that was
think
it.
happened?
Huh?
What do you think caused their hair to fall out?
Because she's on high blood pressure medication. If you
And
look
she
at
told
this,
you that?
yes, she did, and I
So
told
if-
her, and I told her that she shouldn't do it. She still wanted it.
Okay, but you're the professional.
I know, and I told
You're
her.
the well, yeah, if you
but
know,
she
then you
wanted
shouldn't
it.
have
I
done
give
it.
the clients what she wanted, but I
But,
told her
hey,
what happened.
keep your voice down.
I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah, you are. With this hair, that's for sure.
Sir,
Based on what you did with this, if you're not, you should be. You knew that it would damage her hair. And just because she said, do it anyway, you did it.
And I shouldn't have. I hate I ever did
That's
it.
called negligence. Now, You say something about, you send her a refund, and she signs something releasing you
Yes.
from liability?
Exactly, sir.
And was that after you had damaged her hair?
That's afterwards.
Ma'am,
And
did
she
this
asked for a
happen?
refund.
No,
and she
sir.
cashed it.
He gave me a money order.
And it says,
And that money order did not have this release refund liability on it. And this is not my signature. I have a copy of my driver's license that shows you my
Let's see it.
signature.
And you say
That's the
she signed,
receipt.
sir, you say she signed it?
no, that's the receipt. She signed
didn't
the money-
sign it?
Sir, that's the money order receipt. She signed the check that I sent to her. That's not the check, that's the receipt.
She signed that?
I put her name on. She signed the
signed it?
check. Yes, that's just
Did
like
she
signing
sign
that.
the receipt?
No,
So you
I wrote
signed
her
her
name
name.
on that. Yeah,
All
because it's for her.
And
That's
you
that
yelled
Dennis,
at me
yes, sir.
once again after I've told you to
I'm
be
sorry, sir,
quiet.
I don't mean
Yeah, I
to
know
yell.
you are. You're held liable for contempt. But I also would have held you liable anyway. And I'm going to grant your claim. Next time you go before a judge, don't scream and yell, particularly after you've already demonstrated and admitted to negligence. Your claim is dismissed and yours is granted. Have a good day.
Well, what about the time when you asked some people for money that you work for and they gave you a $500 check? So this is
What
your
are you
person.
talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. You said one of your patients gave you $500 and you said you was gonna cash it. You couldn't cash the check. You go back and ask for cash, and you getting money from senior citizen. So now you want to set me up for your hair like you was doing everybody else. in Gulfport.
I
You
want.
full of it.
Plaintiff Consuela Akins-Watson says the defendant lived with his fiance's parents, who live next door to Consuela, and she claims the police were constantly at the defendant's home. Consuela feels her property value went down as a result of the police activity at the defendant's home, and she's suing for car damages and a rental car. Defendant Robert Holloway insists he never lived at the house next door to Consuela, and there's a good reason as to why the police were being called. Robert claims his witness was driving the car that hit Consuela's car, not him, and he's countersuing for harassment.
Start with you.
Well, Your Honor, it is really a shame that we had to come here today. Mr. Holloway lived right next door to me in his fiance's parents' house, which 10 to 12 people live there. And there's always yelling, screaming, fighting, and the police are always being called over there. Well, because we have conjoining driveways, the police are always constantly in my driveway too. So
How many people staying in your house?
I have 2 children that live with me.
All right. You just counting up people. I was just wondering.
I mean,
Counting up how many
there's-
living in their house. I want to count how many living in yours.
Well, I felt like that after a month of them being there, that our property value is going down because the police are always over there. They never keep the property
They
up.
never came for you?
No.
Did the police ever come for it?
No, sir. No, sir.
Oh, good. What's happening? You give me some background
How
here.
you doing, Your Honor? First of all, I never lived there. My fiance lives there, and that is her mother lived there. It's a 6-bedroom house, first of all, okay? Just since day one I met Miss Watkins, it's just been nothing but drama. It's just small stuff like she said, the joint driveways. It's okay for Miss Watkins to use their driveway to get out of the, but
What are the police coming for, to your knowledge? You don't live there, you say, but what are they coming for?
they've come for numerous stuff because my mother-in-law has a out-of-control team, so they've called the police on him numerous times.
Okay. Do you know
they
that
don't
to
sign
be
him.
the case?
I just know that the police are always over there.
Okay, you don't know why?
I speak to the mother. She's saying that there's an out-of-control team. There's other
You just
teams
said
that
you
are
don't know
coming.
why.
But I mean, she's not saying that's why the police are over
No,
there.
you just said you don't know why
because
they're
she's
there.
going to the schools and everything for him.
That's what I'm just saying. You're making all these assessments and passing judgment, talking about they bringing down your property values, and you don't even know what's going on over there.
Plaintiff Consuela Akins-Watson says the defendant lived next door to her with his fiance's parents, and Consuela feels they brought her property value down because the police were constantly at the defendant's home.
Go ahead, tell me why you're suing them.
Well, I was at home and Mr. Holloway came, knocked on my door, and told me that he hit my car.
While it was parked, he hit it?
Yes, it was parked. My car was damaged, and I had to get a rent-a-car because I had the the body shop had my car for 16 days.
Okay. And when you discussed it with him, what did he say?
When I first talked to Mr. Holloway about it, the day he came to my door and told me that it was hit, he said he would take full responsibility. So when the police came, I let them know, but since we live on private property, they said it was a civil matter and that I need to take him to civil court.
Okay. You all never came to an agreement.
Well, we did come to an agreement on several different occasions, but he never did meet with me for any of the signing of the agreement.
What was the last agreement?
The last agreement was...
Sir, while she looks for that, you want to give me some background on the case?
Yes, sir. Actually, I do, Your Honor.
Or anything else you want to talk about?
First of all, I never hit the car. I was not involved in the accident. Mr. Mason was the one that hit it. And like I said, this lady, she would have never known I even hit the car. So if I was trying to hide or do anything, she would have never known. She would, you know what I'm saying? I went to the door. This is 20 minutes after the accident. I went to her house, knocked on the door, let her know, brought to her attention. And I told her, because I'm the owner of the vehicle, I will take full responsibility. Less than a week or two, she's at my jobs, raising all kinds of, you know what I'm saying, drama, just...
Let's start with the agreement first.
With the agreement was her, Mr.
You can't
Mason.
just tell her, I hit your car, now have a good evening.
Yes, I understand it, right, yeah. I told her I hit the car, I gave her the proof of my insurance, and I told her what happened. I told her Mr. Mason's the one that hit the vehicle, backed out of the vehicle, and I said he's willing to take full responsibility. The reason I'll bring it to your attention.
You told her he would?
Yes, sir. And apparently they worked something out. The next thing you know...
What do you mean apparently? Either he told you or he didn't.
They did, but he didn't sign the paperwork that they had drawn up yet, because I'm apparently between the work schedule or whatever.
You're making too much reference to him without allowing him to step up and talk. Come on up, sir. State your name.
Marcus Mason.
Did you hit the car?
Yes, sir.
Did you speak with her?
Yes, sir.
The two of you made an agreement?
I told, like a few weeks later, I finally caught up with her.
Hold on, man.
We were standing in the driveway.
Sir?
Oh, sorry, sir.
You said you all made an agreement?
Yes, sir.
What was the agreement you made with her?
She told me, she was like, I got this paper I want you to sign, saying that you will make payments on paying what she had, I guess, figured out what would be the damages. And I told her, I said, okay, give me a few days. I work 7 days a week. Give me a few days, I'll be over there.
Ma'am, this never happened?
No. I never had conversations with him. I've always had conversations with Mr. Holloway.
Yes, sir.
We was in the driveway. She walked over across the yard to me, beckoned me here. I walked into the middle of the driveway. We had a conversation right there. And I said, man, just give me a few days. I work a lot. I'll be over to sign the paper. I never made it to sign the paper. And that's when the harassment started, I mean.
All right.
Your Honor. I have proof that he never showed up for any of the, Mr. Holloway never showed up for any of the meetings. He said in one of his texts, he said that he was going to send his brother to my house.
That's your brother?
But.
Not biological, no, sir.
But.
That's who he was referring to your understanding?
To my understanding. That he was going to send his brother to my house. That never happened. His brother never showed up.
Okay, let me see what you have there. First, the last agreement you made.
The last agreement is right here. And this, Your Honor, is proof that he didn't have insurance because this is from the insurance company.
All right. He didn't sign this agreement, so you didn't have one here. Do you have one that he signed?
Well, we have verbal agreements through text messages.
Let's see that.
He basically agreed that he was going to pay for the damages.
Is there an amount on here?
No, sir.
Okay.
Plaintiff Consuela Akins-Watson says the defendant lived next door to her with his fiancé's parents, and Consuela feels they brought her property value down because the police were constantly at the defendant's home.
What did he agree to pay, the amount? What amount did he agree to pay?
He agreed to pay for all damages to my car, fully responsible, and the rent-a-car. I have children, I have to get around, so he inconvenienced me. I didn't inconvenience him.
Your Honor?
Yes.
I'm not disputing the fact. Only thing, and I'm gonna keep it honest. I did agree to pay the deductible, which was $1,000. Now she's want me to pay $3,000 for something, and then she wanted for the rent-a-car for like 15 days. There wasn't even cosmetic damages done to the vehicle for 15 days in a rent-a-car.
I have pictures, Your Honor, if you would like to see those.
Like I said, I'm not disputing the fact. I don't mind paying. At first, I believe I was responsible for the deductible, and so all the harassment. My fiance, 6.5 months pregnant, was in the hospital. having labor contractions.
You have your estimates, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Here's the total that I paid, and here's for the rent-a-car. And I did not go through my insurance. I paid for it myself.
Okay. Person owes you whether you have insurance or not. If they cause damage to you, you can choose to turn it into your insurance, or you can choose to have them compensate you fully. Okay, there you go. All right. Sir, as you heard me say, you're liable for all the damage. If she made an agreement for the $1,000, if you didn't pay it, she says, okay, I want it all now. And she is entitled to rent a car for a reasonable amount of time. Typically, that's for the time that she does not have her car or that it's in repair. But you can't keep the car in repair for 6 months because you go to a bootlegger. But 16 days is reasonable for a shop to keep the car and repair it. So it sounds like everything you're asking for is reasonable. Your counterclaim, how did she harass you, sir?
She came to my job on March the 1st and March the 4th on numerous occasions, causing drama. My restaurant manager brought to my attention I had to leave work early because they said they didn't have time because I was going up for promotion, trying to get the kitchen manager position. They said they didn't have time for all that drama. I needed to take that on somewhere. So the first time we overlooked it, but then the second time, it was, you know what I'm saying, it was a problem.
Came to your job again?
Yes, sir, on March the 1st and March the 4th, 2016.
Man, did you go to his job twice?
I went to his job one time. And I went to his job because...
Did you speak to his boss?
It wasn't his boss, it was another
Any
fellow,
employee?
Yes, it was another
About
fellow.
his personal business?
No, I just asked, did he work there? Because I needed to get him served.
That's all you asked?
Yeah, if he worked there, and the
You have
gentleman
something?
told
I have a statement from the restaurant manager that was on duty at the time. It was embarrassment. All my business got put
Yeah,
out.
and you don't inquire about serving anybody. When you say serve, that means you got a lawsuit. And that means you've told his place of employment that you're suing him. I was the manager on duty when Consuela came into the restaurant asking if Robert Holloway worked there. I told her that I could not release that information. She then told me that she needed to send the police. She also told me that Robert owed money and that he was dodging her. I told her that I still could not release that information. You didn't do that, ma'am?
I did not talk to a manager. I did not tell
Anybody?
them. I talked to an employee.
Did you tell them that he was dodging you and owed you money?
No.
All right, so they're lying on you, you believe?
Yes, sir.
All right, got it. I don't believe they're lying on you. All right, you already admit going to his place of employment, and that is major harassment. You risk costing him his job. $2,819 is yours. I'll grant you your judgment, and $2,000 is yours. I'll grant you your judgment.
Thank
That's
you,
the
Your Honor.
height of harassment, going to your place of employment. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I mean, he lied. He fabricated that I was harassing him at work. So it is what it is.
Come to my job, I almost lost my job. Thank you, I've been in the company 7 years and I didn't lose my job, so I'm grateful I still have it. I'm glad this is behind us. This ain't been nothing but drama and chaos.